Okay, this is just a quick video that I'm putting together for Year 11 about general exam advice. Obviously, you've got your history, GCSE in a couple of weeks. So just putting this together for, as I say, some general pointers and advice. I will be making some more videos over the next couple of weeks, so that's certainly my intention on all 4 topics that we've looked at in GCSE. So keep an eye out for those. But as I say, just at the minute, I'm going to do some general pointers, some general advice that you'll need to follow for your history GCSE. Now, for 5 points. Number 1, get straight into it. Number 1, keep an eye on timing. Okay? Don't leave the 16-mark questions too late. You can, if you want to, do the 16-mark questions first. As long as you make it clear that you're answering that, you write in the margin, which you're going to have to do anyway for the questions. You can do the 16 markers first. So if you're concerned about timing, if that's been an issue for you in the mock exams especially, and you're worried about it, do the 16 markers first. There's nothing stopping you doing that. In fact, a few of you did do that in the mock exam. So, do that again if that worked well for you. Number 2 is focus on the question. Underline and highlight keywords. Remember, that question paper is yours when you're in the exam, so you can highlight it. I know a lot of you were highlighting your English exams, or you said you were highlighting your English exams when you did your English GCSE last week. Same goes for the history. Take in some highlighters and highlight keywords or underline keywords. Think about the 6-mark impression. What impression questions? Some of you in the mock paper were making a few errors in that you weren't focusing on the key area of the question. So, for example, if the question was, what impression does the author give about the importance of the Knight of the Long Knives? Some of you were missing that importance, that key word there, and you were just talking generally, which was okay. It was getting you a few marks, but in order to get all 6, you were kind of scraping over the main point, which was the importance of the Knight of the Long Knives, or what have you. So, again, make sure you're focusing on the key part of the question, and highlighting and underlining the key words will help you do that. It'll also help you with general source questions. Obviously, if you get a really big source in the exam paper, which could happen, and you think, I don't want to have to keep rereading that because I want to quote that. I'll know I want to quote that certain bit that's bang in the middle of the source. I don't want to have to keep coming back and rereading it, trying to find it again. Highlight it, because then straight away you can go, where is it? Right, there it is, and just copy it down for your quote or quotes. It'll also help you remember that in the World War I paper, you've got that 8-mark source comparison question where you've got to talk about how much the sources support each other. So again, take a highlighter pen and highlight areas where they agree and highlight areas where they disagree in a different colour. That will save you so much time and it'll really help you. 3rd point is connectives. Some of you, when you're arguing, are missing these key areas. So connectives, this led to, as a result of, therefore, this contributed to, this was important because. To really kind of hammer home your argument, those connectives are very, very important. If you're talking about consequences or how things, or why things happened as a result of, then, this led to, as a result of, this contributed to. When you're doing your 8-mark what effect questions for your Germany and civil rights paper, they'll be invaluable to you. Again, this was important because if the question's about importance, which invariably 16 markers are about, then that will help you too. This was important because it's showing the examiner, or you're showing the examiner, look, I'm clearly answering the question because, I'm using these connectives to show the links. Number 4, make a timeline. I would make a timeline for each topic, for World War I, for Germany, civil rights, and Middle East. You need to know what happened when. And the reason why is because in the mock exam, quite a few of you in the civil rights paper made the mistake of the civil rights question, the 16-mark question wanted you to focus on events that happened in the 1950s. And loads of you wrote about events that happened in the 1960s, and it lost you tons of marks. So again, I would make a timeline. There are timelines in the textbooks, but it might help you making your own, okay? Because then obviously you have to read it and think about it and put in your own timeline. So I would do that as well. That's a good bit of advice for you. And finally, point number 5. In your 16-mark introductions, because each 16-mark question needs an introduction, in your 16-mark introductions, make sure you state the following: what you're arguing and what you're going to talk about in your paragraphs, okay? This answer will argue that, and this answer will focus on. That's quite a straightforward way of making sure you get that in your introduction. If you want to make it a bit more jazzy, then by all means go for it. But make sure your argument is crystal clear. in the introduction, and you've made it clear what else you're going to talk about in your paragraphs. Okay, what 3 factors or 2 factors, whatever. Okay. Also, make sure you keep linking back to that throughout the essay. Keep linking back to your argument. Okay, like any strong argument, you need to keep driving it home. Okay, so keep linking back, especially at the end of your paragraphs. Okay, this therefore shows that. Yeah, so keep linking back to your argument, because that is where the marks are, or where a majority of the marks are. Okay, so those 5 key points there hopefully will give you a bit of a helping hand in the history GCSE that's coming up. As I say, over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to try and get some more videos out there for you on the different topics. If you have any requests, then let me know. Obviously, contact me on Twitter or email me or comment below on this video or one of the other videos, and I'll see it. But it just remains for me to say good luck. If I don't see you again before the exam, good luck. You've worked really, really hard year 11. You deserve to do well. Remember the 5 key points from this video and you should do okay. More than okay, you should do really well. But hopefully that will be of some use to you, and I will see you very soon. Good luck.